What's up, guys? It's Addicted to Beauty here, and I'm coming with another eyeshadow tutorial. We are gonna be doing a tutorial on how to complete this tan eyeshadow color cut creased. It's kind of similar. It almost looks just like my brown cut crease tutorial, but I promise you I watched the entire video because I started doing my makeup and I was like, oh my god, I already have a video like this. But I used a complete different palette and complete different colors, so we are set. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the brushes and what we will be using today to complete this look. I have already done my eyebrows. I've already put concealer and like set my eyebrow and my eyelid, so we're all good. And I've done my face makeup as well. I'm gonna close this, bring more light on the subject. There we go. I've already done my face makeup as well, so we're just gonna go ahead and do this eye together. You will need these brushes. I am using this, let me set my brushes down, this kind of really small, pointed, flat at the top brush, and we are going to be using this for when we put the concealer for the cut crease. We're going to use it to like fill it in and stuff. Then we are going to be using this flat-headed round brush. Excuse my brushes are dirty. They haven't had a bath in a minute, so excuse the dirty girls. We will be using this brush to kind of blend in the concealer once we do the cut crease. And then we will be using this brush. I use all Morph brushes. This one we will use to put more of like a neutral brown right up in here. So that's what this one's for, and to help blend everything together. And then we will be using this brush for applying the brown and also just blending everything, because a major thing with doing makeup, you have to blend your eyeshadow forever to get it to look right and not have it look all cakey and chalky and all that. And then we will be using this flat rounded brush for putting our color where our concealer is. And then we will be using this blendy brush, and this will apply the brown, that dark brown we have. We will use that to apply. And then the final brush you will be needing is this plastic brush. It's honestly, it is a plastic like brush thing, and you apply your sparkly colors there. What's up, boo? You already have my number. Quit being crazy. And then you will need your eyelash curler, and you will need your lighter, and you will also need some concealer and whatever mascara you use. I'm gonna go ahead and turn up my light real quick. Make it brighter. There we go. Okay. For today, I will be using this Morphe palette, and I honestly don't even remember what palette this is, but I'll show you guys what it looks like on the inside. It has all these brown, like fall colors. I honestly love brown eyeshadow. I think it looks the best on me other than like pink and purple. So I felt like doing brown today because it's really cloudy outside. So out of this Morphe palette, we are going to be using this darker brown. And this is what it looks like. I'll show you guys. I'm going to be using this darker brown. And then we will use this lighter brown. It's more of like the neutral brown we have up in here, and that's what that color looks like. And then when we cut the crease and put the concealer, we will be using, sorry, wrong one. We'll be using this one to go on top of the concealer, And for the final sparkly color we have right in here will be this color here. And that's what that color looks like, super shimmery. I love shimmery colors so much. So let's go ahead and get started. We are gonna start off with the dark brown, wherever the heck it went. We're gonna start off with this dark brown and use our brush to apply it on. So I usually get a pretty good amount on my brush, and then I tap off the extra because you don't want to cake on your eyeshadow, because that'll just make it harder on you when you go to blend later on. So I'm gonna go ahead and I just start with like a little line connecting from however high you want your eyeshadow up, and then connect it down to your eyelid. I'm gonna look in my mirror real quick just to make sure I'm going in the right direction, because I have a ring light I'm using. So like when I start looking in the light forever, God, I am a mess today. When I start looking in the light forever, it makes me like see spots, and then I feel like I'm messing my makeup up. So if I start looking in my mirror, that's why, because I don't want to mess up for you guys. Okay. So we're gonna just go ahead, and that line you just created, you're gonna go ahead and just blend it. And when I blend, I just go like in a back and forth motion. I'll do nothing special, no crazy techniques. And then once you've created your line, you're gonna go back and get that same darker brown with the same brush and tap off the excess. And then you're gonna just go ahead and drag it in a windshield wiper motion across your eyelid. And I usually bring it all the way almost to my tear duct over here, like so. And when you apply your colors, you can see, I don't know what causes this, but I always get these like weird lines, like I don't know, it's like some tiger stripe shit. But you have to, I usually, to get rid of that, I don't know who else has that problem, because I have that problem every single time I do eyeshadow. I don't know what it is, but it's annoying. So I just add more color, and I honestly, like, I sometimes spend like 5, 10, 15 minutes just blending. So if we're stuck here blending, I apologize. I'm gonna go ahead and get just a little bit more of that brown color. I don't want too much, because I don't want this eye to end up darker than the other one. So I'm really gonna be careful with it and definitely tap off all the excess browns. And then don't forget about that little outer corner piece. You don't want to continue windshield wiper and have your eyelid be super dark and then it be light over here. Sorry I have like such like an angry face. This is my eyeshadow face, my eyeshadow making face. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my yellow blendy brush and just use this brush to help get rid of whatever tiger stripes we got going on right now. And I usually, if I learn how to talk, I usually use this brush to help out just with the blending process and everything. And I usually try and blend it the best I can. Usually when I go in with my neutral brown color, it kind of like blends in with the lines that we got going on. It helps get rid of it. But I'm gonna go and blend right on that line because I have some eyeshadow that's caked up. It looks like a black little dot. God. I apologize, I keep looking away. This light is like messing with my eyes right now. And I already have like trouble seeing far away as it is, so like even sitting this far back like messes me up. So that's why I'm like up and personal, like, hey guys, what's up? Okay, so now that we've finished applying the brown, we're gonna go in and use our orange brush, not blush, brush. And we're gonna go in with that natural brown tan color. Tap off all the excess. And then I'm just gonna go right on top of where my dark brown eyeshadow finished. And I'm just gonna apply that neutral brown right on top of it and a little bit above it. This helps blend it in and give it more of a natural look and not so like caked on and like, I don't know how to explain it, weird looking. Like so. I'm just gonna make sure it's looking okay for you guys real quick, so don't mind me. Okay. So now you can see we don't really have those weird ass tiger stripes. I don't know where that came from. I'm gonna go back and throw my brush on the ground. Gee Louise. Okay, I'm gonna go back and just blend that line we have a tad bit more before we go in cutting the crease. Okay, for my favorite part, we are gonna cut the crease. So all you'll need is your eyelash curler and whatever concealer you use. Honestly, I can't, for the life of me, I cannot draw that like perfect rounded line at all. Like I've tried it before and it looks so like messed up. It's like all jaggedy and squiggly, like an old person like writing a line. So I use my eyelash curler. That honestly helps out a lot, and personally it makes my life so much easier. So what I'm doing is applying my concealer right on, I'll show you guys in 1 second, right on my eyelash curler on the inside, because when you go to cut the crease, you're just gonna pop that bitch on. What's up, brother? What you doing? About to get a drink before we move on. Oh my god, I love water. Okay, back to business. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply my line. I'm gonna look at my mirror real quick just to make sure I got everything lined up the right way. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So that's how I apply my concealer line. As you can tell, it looks messed up. No matter how many times you try and like take it off and put it again, it's always gonna look messed up. So that is why got your little handy dandy flat rounded brush thingy. So we're gonna use that and drag our concealer and just apply it over the whole eyelid just to make sure it has complete coverage. Trying to play our game later. Yeah, we can. I don't mind. We can play it. I'm almost done with my makeup. Where? Okay. I'm losing my mind. I thought I lost my concealer. So once you've like applied the concealer from the cut crease, because there's only like so much like on the eyelash curler, I go in and I take more concealer off of my concealer and put it on the brush, and then I just go ahead and finish applying the concealer until you have complete coverage. Honestly, sorry guys if you hear scratching in the background, is my dragon. He has literally been on one today. I have fed him. I don't know what more he wants other than attention. And then, as you guys can see, when you apply the concealer, it kind of has like a little like round thing. So what I like to do personally, I like to match up the concealer where the cut crease ends up like finishing at, just to make sure everything looks the same. So when I go and do that, I start at the bottom of my eyelid and I kind of just go back and forth slowly, like over the concealer I already have, and like move my brush over just to match up with that line we have. Like so. Text me when you're done. Okay, I will. Are you staying for the makeup video? Are you gonna stay and watch? You know you love watching me do my makeup. Just kidding. I feel like I'm like highly concentrating so hard right now. Like I feel like I can't even like talk. Like I feel like I just need to like focus. Okay, I'm gonna look in my mirror real quick just to make sure I got everything right. Because this light, honestly, would be killing my eyes. I feel like I'd be going blind and shit. Okay. So, once you've finished applying your concealer and you're happy with what it looks, you're going to go in. Honestly, before I go on to the next step, don't apply way too much concealer on your eyelid. I usually go through with a thin layer because if you cake on the concealer, you're not going to be able to put eyeshadow on top of it. It's just going to look messed up. So I put a super thin layer of concealer, so when you go through with your eyeshadow, like it'll get onto the concealer better. So once you've finished applying your concealer, I take that big brush and I just blend the concealer so there's no lines. And then once you've blended it on your eyelid, I go in and I keep my eye closed and I apply setting spray. I just do a quick little sweep and then I set my eye just to make sure everything stays in place and nothing moves around with what we've already accomplished so far. And this also helps the concealer stick, so once you put your eyeshadow on top of the concealer, like, you'll have full day coverage and like it won't flake off or not be as bright when you're done. So my setting spray is almost dry. I try not to squinch my eye because that's what like creates the lines on your eyeshadow. So just try and like relax your eyeball. So we are gonna go in now with that sparkly color, and I'm gonna be using my flat-headed brush for that. And this color, we only apply it where you just applied your concealer at. And I don't really worry too much about like tapping off the extra, because honestly, I think it's better to have extra eyeshadow on top of your concealer so the concealer doesn't like, what am I trying to say? So the concealer, you can't see the concealer and you can see more eyeshadow, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna give up with that. When I go and apply my eyeshadow, I kind of just pat it on, and when I get to the top line where that cut crease was, I follow because your brush, my brush, has that same like round piece, like the same roundness. I don't know why I can't speak today. The same roundness, so I just draw and I follow the line like so. Looks so beautiful. Aww, thank you. And when I apply the eyeshadow on top of the concealer, I honestly use like quite a bit of eyeshadow because I don't want nobody to like see the concealer. We gotta think we did this not in an easy way. We gotta make ourselves look complicated. Because if you look complicated, then nobody will ask you, oh, how'd you do your makeup? Nah, because it's complicated. But it's honestly really easy. Once you get the hang of it, it's so easy. Okay, I'm gonna look at my mirror real quick just to make sure I have the same amount of eyeshadow on this eye, because I can't really tell when I'm doing my makeup in my phone. It looks completely different than it does like in the mirror. So I just want to double, triple check everything. So it looks about the same. Ooh, okay. So before we continue, I'm going to do the same thing. Ooh, that was gross. And I'm going to set my eye just to hold that shimmery color and make sure it doesn't flake off. So I'm going to fan my face to speed up the process. Okay, so we are going to go back with that first brush we used to put on that brown eyeshadow I was telling you guys about on this side. And we're going to take that same dark brown, same brush, same brown. I love my brown colors. And we are gonna apply the brown right where there's no eyeshadow on your eyelid. And I like to also drag the eyeshadow over on top of the cut crease. I like doing this technique because I feel like it kind of makes it, I don't know how to talk today. I feel like it kind of neutralizes and blends out the concealer so it's not so like jagged lines. Like on this eye, you can tell it's blended together so it looks more natural and not so weird. I feel like I should just give up talking today because I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm going to take a tad bit more brown and work on that line we have for the concealer. I'm going to top off a bunch of that extra because we don't want to have a super dark eye. Okay. So we have pretty much just accomplished our eyeshadow. Once you've finished blending the browns on top of the concealer, I kind of just go back through one more time and take whatever is left on the brush and just blend it everywhere and add a little bit more depth to the eye. God, my nose is so itchy. And to finish up the eyeshadow, you're going to take your little plastic brush and, ooh, we're moving everywhere. Okay, I'm going to get that super white shimmery eyeshadow color. And I'm only using like a little bit, not too much. And I'm just applying it right in the tear duct zone. And I don't want to cake on too much. I'm not feeling too sparkly today. I'm not feeling too sparkly today. So I'm just going to add a little bit just to give more brightness to the eye, like so. And I'm going to go back in with our orange blendy brush and just take a little bit of that dark brown and that neutral brown together. And I'm going to add it right where that cut crease line is, just to make sure the eyeshadow goes down, kind of like how it is on this eye. It kind of like overlaps it. Like so. Ah, you guys are so sweet. Thank you. And now we are done cutting creases. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clean off my eyelash curler. And when I do my mascara, I prefer to use an eyelash curler because it gives me more volume and like lift to my eyelashes, because my eyelashes are so long. If I do mascara without my eyelash curler, they'll like end up laying flat and look like really freaking weird, and they'll be like this. So it looks like my eyelashes are like poking at you. And I honestly like the more lifted look because it gives you like a false lashes look. Because I don't need no false lashes. I got them long lashes. What up? Just kidding. I'm being extra today. And then for curling our lashes, I take my lighter that's almost dead and I warm up my lash curler. And then I gotta cool it down because I don't want to burn the shit out of my eyelid. And then once it's warm to the touch, it won't burn your eyelid. And I just take my lashes, put them in there, and then I curl them. And then I turn my lash curler towards my eyelid. And then I just do like kind of pulse squeezing. So I like squeeze, release, squeeze, release. I usually do that for about 30-45 seconds or whenever I feel like letting go. Okay. And then for my mascara, I always use 2 different mascaras. My first coat and then my second coat. And then if you want to do like 3, 4, 5, 20 coats, I just like switch back and forth. So 1 coat, 2 coat, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Y'all get the memo. But I usually only do 2 to 3 coats depending on how my lashes are doing. So I'm going to start off with my first coat, and when I apply my mascara, I go in a side-to-side motion and bring my lashes up all at the same time. And then I try and be really careful because my girls with long lashes, if you're not careful, your mascara will leave dots on your eyeshadow because it's touching your eyelids because your lashes are so long. And that happens to me all the freaking time. So, especially when I have eyeshadow on, I try and be super careful because I don't want to redo my makeup. So, once we've applied the first coat, I'm going to let it set for a minute. And then I usually only apply one coat, sometimes two, to my lower lashes. I don't ever get too worried about having like attention to my lower lashes because my lower lashes are way shorter than my upper lashes. So there's that. I just noticed MG Lil Chris and BFSGENT, you both use the same emojis. That's funny. Or weird. Funny or weird. So I'm gonna go ahead and let my lashes dry for a minute. And I don't curl my lashes again until these lashes are pretty much close to being dry, because I've tried to curl my lashes when they're wet and it doesn't have that curl effect and it doesn't hold the mascara at all. So I'm just going to clean up my table real quick while we're waiting on the lashes to dry. Well, that was quick. I'm already done cleaning. Take a drink of the water. So, what's everybody up to? I'm up to waiting on my lashes to hurry up and dry. A girl's hungry. I want to go eat. And my lashes ain't drying. I kind of use my shirt to like clean my eyelash curler because you get like makeup and like mascara like caked up on it, and I like to have my eyelash curler clean like every single time I use it on my eye because I don't know if I'll get like an eye infection or something, and I feel like it works better when it's more clean. And I don't like to use a bunch of cotton swabs to like clean off my eyelash curler because I feel like that's just so wasteful. So I usually just use like a shirt I don't care about when I do my makeup. Okay, I'm getting really impatient. I know what time it is. I gotta watch. I see it's 12:58. I know, boo. I know what's going on, one. I'm getting impatient, so I'm gonna just curl my lashes. They're like 50% dry. So we'll see how they curl. Okay, so it's pretty much warm to touch. And I do the same technique, so I get all my lashes inside. And then I get as close as I can to like where your lashes first start coming out of your eyelid. And then I go back and curl. The closer you get to your eyelid, the more better of like a curling effect you get, because you don't want to like start curling it halfway on your lashes, because then that just looks weird. Because you have like straight lash and then it has like a bend and then up. I don't know, it looks funky. So you want to try and get as close as you can, but not right on top of your eyelid, because if you squeeze your eyelash curler really hard, you can break your lashes off, and you don't want to do that. Like you can see here, I didn't get these lashes all the way in, so it like looks weird. It's like up and then curl. But I don't care. So we're gonna go ahead and take our second mascara. I close my eyelid and I coat the back of my lashes first. And once you've done that, I go ahead and do the same technique like we did with the first coat and just apply it on the front like so. And then once it's dry, I usually go through and curl my lashes one more time, which I'm not going to do on camera because I don't want to wait around for it. And the girl want to go eat. So I'm about to go eat and get off of here. So this is the final look. Super cute, really easy. I honestly loved it a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed it and loved it. Go ahead, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe down below, and stay tuned for